Now the toilet's running. What an annoying sound. I have been having some weird symptoms, I think, of what could possibly be pregnancy. Now here's the problem. I'm 10 DPO today. With my daughter, no, I'm sorry, with my last pregnancy, I didn't get anything. I didn't get a positive, like a very, 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 very faint positive until 11 DPO. Yes, baby? Oh, okay. I'll be right there, okay? So my whole thing is probably not going to see a positive even if I am pregnant, but yesterday and today just had cramping, lower cramping, and I know it. Like, it's very similar from when I was pregnant, my last pregnancy. Just a little side note if you're not aware, because I actually don't even know. Okay, I'm coming. Actually, I don't even know when or if I'll share it here on YouTube, but I did share it on Instagram. I did have a previous pregnancy after my daughter. We were trying for baby number 2. It was very calculated. We were trying, you know, the ovulation strips, everything. Got pregnant in the second try. I had some complications and ended up giving birth at 17, almost 18 weeks. So we lost that baby. And this is 6 months later. This is actually when we would be having the baby, which is very bittersweet and sad. So the other day, Penelope asked me if I had a baby in my belly, which she's never done ever since all that stuff happened. She never asked about the baby again. And I just found it a little bit weird. So I have a first response and I'm so tempted to take it, but I only have one. Isn't that how it always happens in these videos? Like, I only have one left. I don't even know if it's not digital, because I would not take a digital. No, it's not a digital. It's one of these guys, but I don't want to take it. I don't want to waste it. I mean, I could literally go to the store tomorrow. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But what I did last time was I used the cheapie first. It was the faintest sign, guys. And then I obviously took like a first response, and you could see it darker on the first response because the first response is more sensitive as opposed to these cheapy ones. I was not even gonna test this month because we haven't been trying. But we were at a wedding a couple weekends ago and we kind of did the deed right around ovulation, and I just feel different this month. And I feel like it might have happened that way. The plan was to just wait until after the summer because I just kind of like, I did that in my last pregnancy. Like, I like to just get the summer over with because we like to enjoy ourselves. I got really sick last pregnancy and I couldn't enjoy a lot of things that happened later, you know, in that pregnancy. So it was nice to just not have to deal with that during the summer. And so the plan was to wait until about June to start trying again, or July. And also just to have the baby later in, like, not in the winter because the winters are really terrible here. But after what happened, I mean, I would be ecstatic if we ended up getting pregnant now anyway, even though the baby would be due in February. Yes, I've already checked. I'm crazy, what can I say? I don't see anything. I mean, I didn't even count, like, have a clock going because Penelope has my phone. I didn't want to scare her with the Alexa because she's downstairs. Yeah, I don't see anything. Let me see, I've been talking. Oh, I've been talking for at least a couple minutes. I'm gonna leave it and I'll come check it in like another couple minutes or something. I don't know, either my period is coming or something's going on because I don't cramp before my period, ever. I cramp once I have my period on like the full real day. Never before. It just seemed so odd to me and I was like, I have to test. So anyway, I don't want to talk too much because I know if I am pregnant, I'm gonna make this like a very long video and I don't want it to be a whole thing, so. I'll test again tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna use the first response because I'll be 11 DPO and that's when, again, I found out with Penelope. I mean, with the last baby. So, okay, we'll see what happens. Guys, I keep recording and keep stopping because, oh my God, it's getting dark. I keep recording and I keep stopping because my phone isn't on any storage, doesn't have any storage. My freaking camera's downstairs, my baby's sleeping in the bed, and Nick is right downstairs, my husband. But there's a freaking second line, you're not gonna be able to see it. If I tilt it, do you see that right there? That second one right there. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. I'm pregnant. This is the first time I'm able to just talk by myself. My husband's at work, my daughter's at daycare, and I didn't even explain everything that happened in the last clip, or lack thereof, because I forgot my phone, or I forgot my camera downstairs, couldn't get it without tipping off my husband I was doing something suspicious. And my daughter was sleeping, so I was trying to be very quiet because I was right there. I looked at the first test. It was a cheapy one, and I saw nothing. And I was like, okay, like, let me just take another test. Let me take one of my first response, because I have one left. And if I'm pregnant, it will show up, because the first response are very sensitive. And I got 11 DPO positive, or positive at 11 DPO with Penelope. I mean, sorry, not with Penelope, with my last pregnancy. So I took this test and look over, and I'm like, okay, nothing. And then I was like, wait a second, I actually see a very, very, very faint line. And this is the test, so I don't know if the camera would even pick up the very, very, very faint line, but it is there. This is the one today. So just in 2 days, they say it doubles every 2 days. This is what my tests look like. I mean, that's amazing. That's what I want to see. And then of course I have the other millions that I took, because I'm gonna test every morning and night until I get a dye stealer. Tomorrow will be my 14 DPO test, so I hope I get a dye stealer. I might or might not, I'm not sure yet. Maybe by nighttime I might get a dye stealer, just so I can stop buying these tests. I don't think it's a chemical pregnancy at this point. My tests are just getting way too dark for it to be, but now my whole thing is I'm nervous about where the baby implanted. Hopefully it's not a atopic or ectopic pregnancy. Then we have to worry about the first ultrasound, which I made all my doctor's appointments all the way up into October already, because I'm considered high risk this time. And I just wanted it done. They told me to do it that way, so I did. So I'm nervous about that first appointment. Is there a heartbeat? Is the baby okay? Is it implanted in the right place? And then after that, I have to worry about the genetic testing, and hopefully I don't bleed like I did that last pregnancy. I bled pretty much from the day I found out I was pregnant all the way up into when I lost the baby at almost 18 weeks. So it was a very nerve-wracking, scary pregnancy. So I'm really hoping that this time, especially with everything we have to do this time, we'll make it to the end. Oh my god. In 7 weeks that I know of. Today is Tuesday? Monday, actually the day before 4th of July. I'm off today, so me and Penelope are gonna hang out. But yeah, I turned 7 weeks on Friday, so I'm a little over 7 weeks, and I turned 8 weeks on Friday. That would be my first doctor's appointment. So I wasn't nervous about my first doctor's appointment so much, but then when I started to not really have as many symptoms as I did with my last 2 pregnancies, I was like, there's a possibility I go in there and they're like, yeah, baby stopped growing, this is a miscarriage. So I don't know. I mean, since then, since my last update, I definitely have had more symptoms as far as like nausea. My indigestion is kicked up. My dry mouth is next level. Bad aftertaste in my mouth is like getting annoying. It's definitely not as bad as my last pregnancy. And headaches. I get night nausea more than anything. But I'm noticing everything is just so bearable. Like last pregnancy, nothing helped. I was nauseous all day, every day. It was literally like a hangover every single day, and up until literally 17 weeks until I delivered, it was still nausea all day, every day. The bad taste in my mouth was terrible. There's nothing that could take it out, and it was just so gross to taste all the time. This time, it's not even as bad. It's just everything is so mild. It's like a mild version of last pregnancy, which is like, again, like making me nervous, but also I know every pregnancy is different. And with my first pregnancy with Penelope, who's not my 3-year-old, I was like down and out for like 1 week, and then by literally like 11-12 weeks I was already like, okay, I'm a new woman, I'm great. Like I had the best pregnancy with her pretty much, again, except that 1 week. And then my last pregnancy was totally different, and then this pregnancy is just like mild. Like everything is so mild. So my nausea is comes like in the afternoon, but mostly at night, and it will linger, but if I eat, I almost immediately feel better, which did not happen the last time I was pregnant. I actually would eat and still feel nauseous and sometimes feel worse, but I just needed to eat. Oh my god, last pregnancy was crazy. I would have to eat every like literally 2 hours, or I would get so sick, but then I would still not feel great after. Yeah. Okay, we'll get ice cream later, okay? So yeah, that's what has been going on with week 7. I am hoping that I'm just lucky and that I feel these mild symptoms and nothing's wrong, but excuse me. Hopefully everything goes well next Friday or Friday. Oh my God, we're already in the beginning of the week, so Friday's our appointment. That's so nerve-wracking. We'll see what happens. So I just got back from my first prenatal appointment, my dating scan, dating scan, I don't know. I hear like all the terminology on everybody else's videos. I literally would just call it my first ultrasound. Just came back from my first ultrasound and I am very happy to say that everything looks great. I actually left the ultrasound in my car, I think, because now I don't know where it is, but here's the picture that I sent to my husband. There is the little bean. Hold on, I wanted to focus on the bean. There's a little bean. I am so relieved because I haven't been feeling as many symptoms, but I just think that this pregnancy is very similar to Penelope's, where I honestly had a really great pregnancy with her. I think I've already said this, but because these clips are so far apart, it's hard for me to remember what I say and what I don't say, but didn't feel that awful, where the last pregnancy, that one after her that we lost, it was honestly terrible. I could not wait to not be pregnant. How ironic, right? That I ended up losing that pregnancy early, but I was so ready to not be pregnant because it was so bad. I mean, just everything was bad about it. Even the fact that my body is not changing as fastly as it did with the last pregnancy, or I don't want to say as fastly, but my bloat with the last pregnancy was like literally like 8 weeks. I did not fit in my scrubs anymore. And scrubs are pretty stretchy and soft. Wear scrubs every day to work. By 8 weeks, I already had to like up my scrubs because they were so uncomfortable around my waist. I'm still wearing my regular clothes right now. And yes, although they're a little tight, I'm still able to wear them. So for example, I actually unbuttoned my pants in the car because I'm feeling a little bloated here, but this is 8 weeks right now. If I suck it in, if I let it out. So I think this is the first time, so like I can close them. Whew. But they're a little snug here. Oh, my hair's pulling. Yeah, so let me backtrack back to the appointment. I forgot to even talk about it before, like I was gonna talk about it driving to the appointment, but I ran late this morning because Penelope has just been very hard, honestly. So I needed to get her to school before I could make it to the appointment. And she did not want my husband to take her to school. She's just very much a mama's girl. She wants me to do everything. Like, no mommy do it, no mommy do it, no mommy do it is what I hear all day, every day. Anyway, so dropped her off at school, made it to the appointment literally at 9. It was, I think, 9:01 by the time I walked into the actual facility, but my appointment was at 9 and I went with my sister. My husband had to go to work, and honestly, this is my third pregnancy. I've done this first ultrasound a million times, whether it was good or bad. I knew I could handle it on my own and basically relay it to him after. But my sister really wanted to be there for me because she went through everything with me with the last pregnancy. And I don't know, she's a protective little sister. So she came with me and she actually did a scan on did the ultrasound on my belly first, which I was really surprised because I've never had a belly ultrasound that early in my pregnancy. But she did that one first. I guess she just wanted to check everything. I think the doctors are gonna be looking at me, or, you know, monitoring me, I should say, very closely, especially once I get to the second trimester, hopefully, because of everything that happened last time. So she did the belly. And then she saw the baby right away, saw the flicker and the heartbeat, like I could see it going boom, 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 boom. As long as I can see the baby's heart like going like this in the ultrasound, I'm okay. Like I don't actually need to hear it. For me personally, I just need to know it's there. And again, I saw it, like that made me feel good. So then she did transvaginal after. And I was there a lot longer, I think, than I usually am, or that I have been with my last 2 pregnancies. Again, I just think they're monitoring me really carefully this time. She asked me if I had any questions, and then basically they're gonna send today's ultrasound to maternal fetal medicine, which I think they're all over the place, but it's basically just like a high risk or like specialty kind of office. Like they're more high tech, they have more high risk doctors and things like that. Because I went there with both my last 2 pregnancies and I wasn't considered high risk, but they have like higher quality equipment and things like that, and also high-risk doctors and things like that. So they sent it over to them, and hopefully I don't hear from them because I think no news is good news. But she made me feel really good. Like she said everything looked great. I'm measuring right on, which is crazy because again, we weren't really planning this next pregnancy just yet. So it's not like I was like using ovulation strips or checking exactly where I ovulated. I literally just went by my cycle and what the app generated, which is just generic. Like it's just 14 days from your last period is when you're supposed to ovulate, from the first day of your last period. So I guess I was right on the money because I am measuring exactly 8 weeks. So, which again, I don't even really hear other people say that. They're usually like a little earlier, a little bit, or a couple days more than that or something like that. So that was reassuring. And just seeing the little bean made me so happy because it actually had like its head and the body and the buds, the arm buds. She showed me the spine, like, I'm just so happy. But let's talk about some symptoms because again, I keep referencing like my last pregnancy and how I was miserable and had all these symptoms. And also like how I'm not having that many of the symptoms this pregnancy. And I think that I'm just kind of like comparing it solely to my last pregnancy instead of realizing like Penelope's pregnancy wasn't that different. And now I'm kind of trying to not different from this one as much. I'm starting to put that together. I'm starting to realize that Penelope's pregnancy actually is very similar to this one, where I don't feel like awful to the point where I just cannot get out of bed, can't do anything. I'm nauseous. Like you can see and hear it in me right now. Like I'm fine. Like I have a little nausea right now, but it's like a 2. I have a bad taste in my mouth right now, but it's like a 2. And it varies throughout the day. I definitely get waves that are higher nausea, waves that I don't feel that great and I want to lay down, things like that. But it's just very doable. Like it's just very manageable. I can still go on and do my day to day without feeling like, absolutely not, I can't do this, which is what happened last time. So lately I've been feeling more tired. Now I'm 8 weeks. So at the end of 7 weeks into now, I've just been feeling a little bit more tired. My headaches at night, last night I had the worst headache. I think it's a migraine. When it's right here, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it a migraine? I don't know, but migraine, like literally from 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon all the way until I went to bed at night. Like I had to shut off all the lights, couldn't watch TV, couldn't look at my phone, and just went to bed like straight. So that migraine sucked yesterday. I don't think I am snacking enough because again, even my nausea and stuff isn't as bad, so I don't feel the need to keep like eating like I did last pregnancy. I had to eat like literally every hour, 2 hours. Otherwise I was just like miserable, but also starving. Like this pregnancy, I'm not like that. So I'm not keeping up, I think, as much with my snacks. So I actually went to Trader Joe's today and got like a bunch of things. But yeah, so I think between me not eating enough and me being just tired and just like all the hormones, I'm just getting like these really bad headaches, which I did get with the last 2 pregnancies. And then yeah, I've just been getting like higher waves of nausea. I didn't feel great yesterday and I actually was pretty tired. So I came home yesterday from work at like 4. We were able to get out early. My husband was here because he gets out early 2 days a week, which was such a huge help. I went upstairs, showered at literally 4:30 and laid in bed, and I did not move until I came down for dinner at 7 because my husband picked up my daughter, fed her dinner, cooked dinner, plus for yesterday's work because I needed that. So cooked dinner. I was craving like fish. Like I just wanted like fresh seafood or like shrimp. I'm craving like very fresh things recently, like salads and like fresh fruit, cold juices and drinks and things like that. I think it has to do with the weather being so hot here. And then also just like, I don't know, my body's just craving those fresh things, which I'm very happy about because last pregnancy I was craving just junk food, just literally fast food, Chinese food, like anything bad for you. That's what I was craving. So I'm relieved right now. This is what I'm craving. So I was gonna come down before 7, but I just wasn't feeling that great. So I figured I'd come back down around that time. About 6:30, I actually fell asleep, which never, ever do I nap or fall asleep like that, especially that late in the day. Like at that point, I'm just gonna like, you know, I don't know. I would just stay up until and go to bed earlier. But I fell asleep. It was maybe 10 minutes and then the fire alarm went off because he was cooking and it was hot and it went off. And then my dog was barking. He went to come find me, scratching on the door. So I actually didn't get to rest. And then I came back down, like sleep, I shouldn't say. I rested, but I didn't get to sleep. Came downstairs, we ate, and then my daughter did not want to go to bed till 10 o'clock. So I was wiped because I could have honestly showered, went to bed at like 6:30 last night. Like I was just so wiped. I've just been feeling very like drained and like, just like, I don't know, sluggish, just very like, no energy. Yeah, so today I actually feel better. I wake up tired every morning because I never get enough sleep because once my toddler's up, I'm up. So I definitely woke up tired, but I feel good right now. I had some Cheerios in the morning. Then I had a spinach, egg white, and feta wrap from Starbucks, and they have the new acai frozen, like strawberry acai frozen drinks, and I've just been wanting like cold frozen drinks. That's usually not my go-to. Like I would never order that normally. I would always just get a coffee, but yeah, that's the second time I've gotten that. So I got that, and I'm supposed to meet a friend for lunch at 2. So I think I'm gonna have to like snack, or I might even have like a pre-lunch before I go, because I think by 2 o'clock then I'm gonna start not feeling well, because my symptoms tend to start getting worse like towards the end of the day, like anywhere from like lunchtime on. So like 12 o'clock on, I'll start getting more nauseous, more headaches, more tired, things like that. But those have been like my main symptoms. Actually, now that I have my phone, last time I didn't have my phone when I updated because my daughter was using it, but I can tell you guys exactly how I've been feeling. Right before week 7, lingering mild but noticeable nausea daily with mild bad taste. So I'm drinking more water. Oh, that's another thing. See, I'm glad I pulled up my notes. I don't even know if it's thirst or my mouth is so dry. It's like I have to constantly sip water to like bring back moisture in my mouth. Otherwise, it tastes and feels disgusting. I'm hungry but can't really decide what I want. Still wanting savory salt things. Yes, this was mostly week 7. Again, now that I'm going into week 8, I'm switching to more. I still like salty things, don't get me wrong, but I want more fresh and like, I don't know, more fresh things. Excess saliva, which I'm feeling right now. Gassy. Oh my God, the gassiness has been ridiculous, like so bad to the point where like I can feel the bubbles boiling up like in my stomach and like needing to pop. A lot of indigestion. The indigestion was so bad one night actually. It was 7 weeks, 3 days. I went to a 4th of July thing with my husband at his family's house, and actually in the morning I didn't feel great because I had Wendy's. I had like a Wendy's breakfast sandwich and it messed up my stomach. My digestion is just thrown off this pregnancy, which happens because your digestion slows down when you're pregnant. So I had a Wendy's breakfast sandwich and I literally was like on the toilet all day, let's just say that. And then at night, I thought my stomach was doing better. I ate a bunch of like food at this barbecue because I still need to eat. And I came home and tried to go to bed and it was like stuck. I had to literally throw it up because it was so, and my stomach hurt. It was terrible. So my digestion has sucked. So a lot of indigestion, which was normal with my last pregnancy. And then the next day I was very unmotivated, tired, lack of energy, just want to lay in bed all day, stomach still feeling off, daily nausea on and off, gassy. And then yesterday was just like the exhaustion was kicking up. I had a little bit of cramping 7 weeks, 5 days, but my cramping pretty much has subsided. So I don't really get that crampy feeling anymore. I mean, I don't know if it's going to continue here and there, but that one was very mild compared to the beginning, like weeks 4 and 5 when I was cramping like crazy. That was like, I even forgot about that. So those are my symptoms so far. Now we're in week 8. Let's see what happens. I'm really hoping we make it to 2nd trimester and we get this baby to the finish line because I'm feeling very hopeful this time. I feel like a boost, like a pep in my step now after actually getting to see the baby, see the heartbeat, and knowing everything's going okay so far, hopefully, knock on wood. So my next doctor's appointment is in a couple weeks. I actually get to sit and talk with my doctor. This is the doctor actually that delivered Penelope and my last pregnancy. She's my gyno and I love her. So I specifically requested to talk to her. So let's see what she has to say. And yeah. This is crazy. Oh God, I am beat. Tomorrow, I will be 10 weeks. Double digits, thank goodness. But I am tired. I'm really tired. This week I've just been like dealing with the height of my nausea, my exhaustion, just like feeling like ups and downs. Some days I feel a little better, some days I just feel a lot worse. Today was one of those days where I'm just like, I've just been very exhausted. I closed my eyes literally for 5 minutes at work at my desk, like my hand like this, so nobody would see me. And then of course my boss walked by like 5 minutes like into that, and I was like, because I can't really be sleeping at work obviously, but oh my god, I would love a midday nap if I could. I actually got home from work and my husband's home, so I get a little break. And this is what I used to do when I was pregnant with Penelope. I used to just be able to come home, take a nice early shower, lay in bed and rest, and like literally eat dinner now. Like I'm having this salad because I'm starving, and just get to go to bed like early if I wanted to. I can't do that now. So it's so much harder, obviously. But the days he is around to help, it's very, very helpful. So he's home. He actually brought me this salad. I took an early shower. I'm gonna lay in bed. I'm gonna relax for like an hour, eat my salad, and then my husband's gonna pick up my daughter. And then I'll probably hide out a little bit up here because she won't know I'm home while he gives her dinner. And then I'll pop down, but at least I get like a little break because it's rough. But yeah, I've been just craving like cold salads and like fruit and stuff. So I'm gonna eat this now. I have a seltzer water over here with me. I'm gonna relax. 4:45. But like if it was up to me, I would not even come back downstairs. But I'm gonna go see my daughter and give her a bath and all that. It's just hard. But I also wanted to show you guys a little bump date because I haven't. And with this being my 3rd pregnancy, this is kind of what I'm looking like. So this is my belly right now, which is insane, right? Like this is me trying, that's me trying to suck in. That's all I can do all the way. This is the end of the day, obviously, so it's much more large and in charge. But yeah, guys, I'm 10 weeks tomorrow, and I look like I did with Penelope at like 18 weeks. I'm gonna eat this, I'm gonna relax, like I said, and then I'm probably gonna have to eat again because my hunger kicked up this week too. I was very, very hungry last pregnancy to the point where like I literally had to eat every 2 hours. This time it's not as bad, and I've had a lot worse indigestion, I feel like, so I have to eat small portions of food, so that's probably why I'm getting hungry also. But yeah, I have to have like, after I put Penelope to bed, I usually eat one more thing, like something small, and then I'll go to bed. Sometimes I have to sit up in my bed, like up against my pillows like that before I actually lay down because the food gets stuck. But yeah, I'm gonna do a rundown of all my symptoms tomorrow because right now I just want to eat the salad and relax. I have literally just been like cleaning all day with the exception of taking my 3-year-old to her swim class today. So just watching a movie in the background. I'm sorry if you can hear it, but I wanted to do a quick 10-week update. I am 10 weeks today. We're double digits, which is very, very exciting. Yeah, I'm not feeling much different as in the way of like better. I still feel like exhausted, terrible taste in my mouth, excess saliva, but then I also have like super dry mouth, nausea on and off. I'm just ready to feel like myself, and it's only been like a couple weeks since I haven't been feeling great, so I really can't complain. And honestly, it's still kind of mild compared to last time. This pregnancy is like a mix between Penelope's and the last pregnancy, I swear, because Penelope's was like a breeze, and this one and the last one was absolutely terrible. So this one is like definitely more on the easier side, but I don't know, it's just so rough not feeling like yourself. I don't know, I miss feeling like myself. I miss having energy. I miss all that. But let's go through my symptoms. So now that I'm in 10, I'll go through all last week, which was week 9. So all of week 9, the theme of week 9 was trying not to throw up / bring on the hunger. I just had so many instances where I felt like if I just had one little thing happen, I just could vomit everywhere. I know that sounds crazy. I know. Lovely. But I just had so many instances where I ate something, or I brushed my teeth and it just hit my tongue the wrong way, and I was just like this close. Like if my reflex, like if my will to not throw up was not as strong as it was. I think I would have just thrown up so many times this week, but I really tried to keep it in and like breathe through it because I hate throwing up. I don't know anyone who likes throwing up, but I hate throwing up. So yeah, that's been fun. Peeing all night and a lot during the day, waking up feeling okay, but getting progressively nauseous throughout the day, especially after meals. My energy dips after lunch and I'm tired more early, which is pretty much the same like throughout the whole week I've been feeling. I've been getting a lot of stretching on the lower, not a lot, but I have gotten a couple days where I got that stretchy feeling like low down, like right above, I guess above my pubic area. And it's nerve-wracking because I don't like anything, like I don't want to feel anything, honestly. I just want to feel the baby move when that's time, and that's it. I don't want to feel any cramping, stretching, pulling, like any of those feelings make me nervous, obviously, for obvious reasons. My back has been sore a couple of nights, super gassy, like at work, I can't even hide it. I tried to like burp under my, burp not so loud and it doesn't even matter. Like I'm burping all day. The second I eat anything, I burp. And it's like constant and it's uncomfortable. Hate that. Oh, I also feel like I popped this week, and popped in the sense of like not a full like baby bump because the baby's still very small right now, but I do feel like things are moving and pushing and like things are growing and just causing my stomach to kind of just look more round and more like belly-ish. And last pregnancy I popped around like 8 weeks, but it was like so much bloat. So I think this is more of a combo of that, like bloat and everything I just described. I just noted here 9 weeks and 6 days, which was a couple days ago. So tired, nauseous, crampy, stretching feeling, excess saliva, bad taste after I eat, having to rinse and brush constantly, which is definitely what I've been having to do. I've been having to rinse my mouth out after I eat almost anything with some mouthwash because I cannot take any aftertaste of anything I'm eating. My tongue is just terrible during my pregnancies. The first one was not as bad with Penelope, was not as bad. It was more that metallic taste. Then these last 2 pregnancies has been like bad, nasty, like foul taste. Oh, it's just so gross. And then, Mommy. Yes, honey. No phone right now, but I'll put a movie, I'll put something else for us to watch, okay? I know. And then I just feel like this is going so slow. And I think a lot of it has to do with I just did the first trimester 7 months ago. So I feel like I just did all this and now I just got a huge setback and now it's like, I just feel like it's taking forever to get through this first trimester. I just want to be at least at the 12-week mark, which is only 2 more weeks, but it just feels like forever. I feel like I just found out I was pregnant, but I feel like the weeks are going slow, which is just, I know sounds weird, but that's how I feel. Yeah, at least at the 12-week mark, when I get there, I have my appointment on that same day. So 2 Fridays from now, today's Friday, 2 Fridays from now, I have my 12-week appointment. I'm gonna go to MFM, maternal fetal medicine. They're gonna do the ultrasound, the 12-week ultrasound, the nuchal, test for Down syndrome, take a look at the bridge of the nose, the back of the neck for Down syndrome. And then I'm also gonna meet with a like high risk special doctor after that appointment. So I'm just like waiting for that. I also tried to find the heartbeat with a fetal heartbeat monitor thingy, but I think it's too early. So I mean, I tried at like 9 weeks and 6 days or something, and I was rushing, number one. Number two, I don't think I'd used enough jelly, and I was just kind of like, I don't think I was really doing it right. I looked it up and it's still really early, so I think it's gonna be very hard for me to find it. So I think after my 12-week appointment, hopefully everything goes well. After that appointment, then I can start using it to like check the heartbeat like once a week or something, because that'll just make me feel a little bit better. Not that that was the issue the last time. There was nothing wrong with the baby. It was my body that just gave birth, but the baby was fine. It wasn't like a silent miscarriage or anything, but it is a fear of mine just because that's just so scary. Like, I'm the kind of person, when I was testing, or when I was testing for pregnancy, I wanted to know before my missed period or before I got my period, because I'd rather get a negative test than get my period. I just needed to know, so that like thought of like something happening and not knowing is really scary. I love you more. All right, let me go because this is not gonna work anymore. I have been trying to sit down and do this update for so long now. I have had the busiest end of the summer. We're coming to the last couple weeks of the summer and it's just been crazy every single weekend. So today I'm actually currently 14 weeks, which means I am officially out of my first trimester, which I'm so happy about. I hate the first trimester. It just drags and it's just like so uncomfortable and miserable and lonely and just all the things that I'm not about. So let's go into just talking about all the symptoms that I left off with. I think I left off with week 11. Oh my God, I don't know. Let's see. That's one of my huge symptoms lately. I have had the worst pregnancy brain ever. I actually just came back home right now. I was gonna go run errands and do this later, but I came back home because I couldn't remember if my dog was let back in from being outside. And I was like, I can't run errands all day and her be outside all day. So I came home just for that, to make sure she was here. And of course she was fine. Okay, so I think I left off at week 10. I'm too lazy to go check my footage right now. And if I didn't leave off at week 10, or yeah, it didn't start with the week 10, then I'll just delete this part and go into week 11. But week 10, I woke up gassy and nauseous, ate cereal right away and felt better. This is a common theme throughout my whole first trimester, having to wake up in the morning, be starving. Oh my God, the lighting's gonna go in and out because it's like a partly sunny day. But I wake up in the morning, I'm super hungry every morning, and I have to eat usually right away so I don't like feel starving and get sick. But the nausea part has pretty much gone away. My mornings are actually my best time of day, which I will get into. I put 10 weeks, 1 day, feeling overall more like myself. And then I updated again on 10 weeks, 3 days, still feeling much better. We went to the pool and I felt a little bit of nausea when we went to the pool, but overall just feeling better, having gagged on my toothbrush. My main symptom was bad taste in the mouth, which I still have. It's the worst symptom right now for me. Tired, hungry, slightly nausea, and peeing all night. Still peeing all night, like all night. On 10 weeks, 4 days, I put tired, excess saliva, bad taste, hungry but nauseous. Nausea was better, and I have to spit. It's so gross, but like just my mouth situation when I'm pregnant is the absolute worst. With my daughter, my first pregnancy, I just had a metallic taste in my mouth that went away eventually. I think by like, I don't know, probably maybe at least 20 weeks, I was already done with that. But both pregnancies to follow, the last one and this one, I have had terrible aftertaste with everything I eat and drink. I always have to brush my teeth, rinse my mouth with mouthwash, like the strong alcohol mouthwash, because I cannot stand the taste of anything in my mouth these days. And I get excess saliva, I get dry mouth, I get bad breath, I get all the things. And I'm telling you, I'm brushing my teeth and rinsing like 1,000,000 times a day, and I'm still getting like dry mouth and bad breath, and it's just so annoying. I did recently buy gum and I have been chewing on that at work because some mints even make me feel like a little like they're too sweet. I don't know. The mouth is a big thing with me. When I'm pregnant, my hormones just like thrive in my mouth, I guess. Okay, so let's talk about week 11. So week 11, I woke up feeling fine but hungry. As the day goes on, nausea starts. I try to eat every 2 hours to help. The nights are the worst. So tired, nauseous, headaches. Wish I could go to bed earlier. I can't go to bed earlier because I have to put my toddler to bed. Otherwise, I feel like my night symptoms would be a lot better because I could just go to bed earlier, sleep them off. I'm so tired. I'm getting headaches, I feel like, because of the exhaustion. And if I was going to bed earlier, I just feel like I would feel a lot better. I wish I could go to bed earlier. Like I said, excess saliva, still dealing with the bad aftertaste, mild to no food aversion. So I wanted to note the mild to no food aversions because that's like a huge first trimester thing. And I had it last time. I don't recall with Penelope because I was only really, really sick the 1 week and then nothing. It just like was like an amazing pregnancy from 12 weeks on. I literally felt like just myself. It was awesome. I took that for granted. But like, for example, coffee, I could not stand the smell and the taste of coffee for so long last time. This time I really have no food aversions. It would just be like, if I think about something and it grosses me out at the moment that I'm like, ew, and it could turn my stomach, but I don't have like a specific thing that like grosses me out or I can't smell or I don't want to like eat or anything like that. I had an aversion to onions, garlic, anything really strong smelling basically last time. And this time again, it's just really not like much. I can have my coffee. I've actually been wanting my coffee, which is nice. And what else? I have more cravings than anything. And I would say my cravings are more like on the spot things. Like I'll see something and then I'll be like, oh, I want that right now. For weeks I was craving sushi. So yesterday was my birthday, so my husband picked up sushi. Of course it was cooked. Couldn't get the raw stuff, which I love, but it's fine. It like sufficed the craving, so it was fine. Or like in the moment I'll be like, oh, I really want pancakes for dinner, and then I'll just like have it. But there's nothing where I'm like, I am obsessed with this all the time. I remember when I was like 4 or 5 weeks pregnant, I was obsessed with sweet and sour chicken from the Chinese food place. But I don't have like a very specific craving right now, I would say. I did make a couple notes on like halfway through week 11, starting to feel better, had some energy at night for the first time in a long time. I do remember that because I still kind of feel that way. I feel like I'm not as exhausted at night now. Like I can stay up and watch a show if I want to, but for the most part I don't, because I'm still suffering from headaches here and there, and I'd rather just get my sleep, honestly. I love getting a good night's sleep. I am a 8-hour kind of girl, like 8 hours a night kind of girl or more. I've always have been. So I just really choose to go to bed if I can. Gassy. So the gassiness has been terrible, honestly, as far as like the belching. Like, because I have such bad indigestion during my pregnancies, I would say almost all of them. I think at least the last one and this one, but I'm sure, I think I had it with Penelope too. Just the indigestion causes like the heartburn, like the uncomfortable feeling after I eat, the tightness like after I eat. I could eat something this small and I still feel like kind of uncomfortable. And then I just burp if I'm not like walking and moving around and like getting that air like circulating, which is what I do at my desk all day. I just sit there all day at my freaking desk. So like at work, it's the worst because it's just like trapped gas that I'm trying to like bring up. So I'm always like, and trying to like burp it up. But I notice when I'm not at work, it's not as bad. And I think that's why, because my body's not moving and it's just getting like trapped and it's so uncomfortable. So my gas, indigestion, heartburn, all those things have kind of sucked. My heartburn has been okay, but I have gotten it, which I never get when I'm pregnant. Like, I'm wondering if I'm gonna get it after this cup of coffee, because things that don't ever, like, I would never even think give me heartburn. Coffee, chocolate. There was something else the other day. And then the obvious things like hot sauce and spicy foods and things like that. Non-stop peeing since week 8. I wanted to make sure I noted that because like I mentioned before, the peeing has not stopped. Like all night, every night, I wake up at least, I want to say at least 3 times, which doesn't seem like a lot. But when you go from being able to just like hold your pee all night to waking up 3 times to have to pee, it is a lot. I always pee right before bed, and then I try not to drink any water, and then I get up like maybe a couple hours later and it's a literal river that is coming out of me when I have to pee that like first time after I go to sleep. And I don't understand where it comes from. It's absolutely insane. And then one of the other things I noticed about the peeing is sometimes I won't even have the sensation. At night I do, like I always have to pee as soon as I wake up or feel anything, I have to pee. But when I'm sitting down, I'm normally okay. And the second I get up, I'm like, oh, I have to pee. Like if I'm at my office or I'm just chilling on the couch here at home or something like that. I think it's because when you get up, like then all the pressure, like everything, like everything that's sitting on your bladder, the baby, everything is like then pressing and it's like have to pee. So I'm peeing a lot these days, a lot. I mean, I'm drinking a lot of water too. I got this guy from Amazon. It's like a knockoff Stanley cup. And this is, I think, 40 ounces. I think I drink at least 3 of these when I'm home a day. At work, I'm not as good with my water intake, but these I drink a lot. So I mean, in turn, I'm peeing a lot, but I just feel like I can't hold it as long. Okay, so week 12 came around and I dry heaved in the shower for the first time. So I brushed my teeth in the shower. I hadn't eaten anything yet, which thank God, because I probably would have vomited in the shower because I couldn't control it. But it was the first time, I noted it because it was the first time I couldn't control it. Like, usually I'll brush my teeth and I'll do like a little, like dry heave. This time it kept going. Like I couldn't stop it. Usually I'm very good at just like, okay, let it go away. And then it goes away. And I'm just so grateful nothing was in my stomach because I hadn't eaten literally since the night before. So nothing was coming up. It was just a pure dry heave. So that was fun. Haven't had that since, and I have not thrown up pretty much this whole first trimester. I think I did one time because I just like my food got stuck in my, it just felt like it was stuck here, my food, and I couldn't like get it out. So I vomited, but it wasn't like a, oh my God, I'm so sick, I have to throw up right now. I feel like that a lot. Like it'll come in waves and I'll feel like, oh my God, I'm gonna vomit. And then I just try to like mentally talk myself out of it, because I basically say to myself, like, if you're gonna throw up, you're gonna throw up right now. Like, if you're not gonna throw up, your body's just feeling nauseous right now and you're probably okay. I also wrote feeling better, exclamation point, which I do think I am. I will get to in a minute. Dry mouth, still tired at night and in the morning. The mornings and the nights, I'm always tired, but I do feel like I'm feeling better in general. Like I'm saying, before I'm pregnant, like before I was pregnant, I was always tired. But in the mornings and the night, like I'm not really a morning person anymore after I'm giving birth to my daughter. Before Penelope, I would wake up at like 6 a.m., go to the gym, come back, shower, go to work. I don't have that energy anymore. I give like all my energy to her, I feel like. I'm just not a morning person in general anymore, and at night I'm pretty tired too. So I don't feel like I'm at this point, I don't feel like I'm excessively tired and because of the pregnancy. Let's put it that way. So my sense of smell actually picked up recently, which is surprising to me. I had it very slight in the beginning, but recently I just feel like little smells I can smell like more intense, and they also bother me a little bit more because of that, I feel like. But I'm still doing okay for the most part. It's just sometimes I'm like, oh, what is that smell? Or like, I'm like, that is so strong. And it might not be so strong to other people around me, but to me, it's like, it's kind of grossing me out. Speaking of smells, this is like a TMI thing, but hey, this is a video that you're hopefully watching if you're a mom or gonna be a mom, or you're interested in this kind of stuff, because otherwise that's just weird. But BO. My BO has been crazy. I know it's summertime, but I just feel like my body with the hormones is not cooperating. So I actually had to invest in like the clinical strength deodorant for when I'm going to be out and about. For work every day when I'm just sitting and doing nothing, for the most part, I could just get away with my regular deodorant, my native. But I just feel like my BO has been kind of too intense for me. Unless I'm just smelling it more because I'm pregnant and again with the smells are like bothering me. 3 things I wanted to point out, like in general, I have not worked out this entire pregnancy, and I'm actually going to probably put a hold on my gym membership today. I just am not, I've never worked out throughout my pregnancies. I know it's like important and you're supposed to do it, but I'm the type of person that's worked out pretty much my whole life. So during my pregnancies, I kind of take it as like I'm taking a break. And then with me being high risk, I don't even want to risk it. Like I'm good. I'm just gonna try to like keep my weight down as best as I can, and otherwise I just really don't have the energy or like care to work out. I wish I did. I just don't. I don't care. Like it is what it is. That's how I am. My first trimester I actually didn't gain any weight, which was shocking to me. I believe I did with Penelope, and then my last pregnancy I had gained already a ton of weight because all I was craving was like anything bad for you. That's what I wanted. Yeah, I didn't get any weight. I actually just went to my the last appointment I went to. I had gained now 5 pounds, but I had all my clothes on and my shoes on, and I just felt like, I don't know if that was completely accurate, and if it was, it's fine, like it's not a big deal. I was just like, how did I go from nothing to 5 in like the matter of 2 weeks? Like, I don't know, it seemed a little bit off. But even so, I'm still not like, I'm fine with that. Like that, to me, that's good. Not saying that like you're not supposed to gain weight, or you're supposed to gain weight, or you're supposed to gain X amount of weight. They say in the first trimester, you could either lose, gain, or stay the same. So I'm just saying, for me personally, I didn't really gain any weight. And protein is my main craving. Actually, forgot to say that yet. So my main thing is like eggs. I am obsessed with eggs. I'm normally an egg girl. I love a runny yolk. I love all that stuff that I can't have right now, but I'm still obsessed with eggs recently. Like I literally could eat, I don't know, I could have eggs all the time. They always look good to me. I love them in all the kind of ways, with cheese, in a sandwich, boiled, in a egg salad, like love them. So I'm happy I do, because it's just a really good source of protein. And before I got pregnant, that was like my diet, high protein. And so yeah, I love eggs. The coffee is so good. So I didn't write anything for week 13 just because everything was pretty much the same. Nothing has changed, with the exception of the doctor's appointments that I had that I want to talk to you guys about, where I'm at as far as what I'm doing with me being high risk, and I want to show you guys a bump date. But yeah, week 13 wasn't really crazy for me. It was just pretty much the same stuff that I've been experiencing in the past couple weeks before that. I will say I do think I'm starting to slightly feel better, but I know this is so bad, and please don't eat me up in the comments, but for the past like week or so, I have not been taking my prenatal. I have been taking my baby aspirin, which I will get into in a minute why, but I have not been taking my prenatal. I took it before I got pregnant, almost all the way through the whole first trimester, when it's like literally the most important. And I've just been taking a little break because I'm trying to figure out if that's like gonna help my nausea a little bit. I'm just over feeling like that nausea feeling later in the day. Like again, the mornings are the best, and then come like after lunchtime, I just feel like crap. And then I get hungry for dinner, and then I feel like a little bit better, and then I just kind of feel crappy in the night. And I just feel like I'm 14 weeks now, like I'm over it. Like, can we just move on to like enjoying the second trimester now? I know, I just entered the second trimester, but I'm over it. I hate feeling like that. Nothing's worse than not feeling like yourself. So although I have it mild and it's manageable, thank God, because last time it was terrible. Anyway, this is gonna be the longest portion of the whole video, I feel like, but I had to update you guys in so many weeks. It's been a while, I've been busy. But let me get the ultrasound picture and talk about the ultrasound with you guys. So I had my 12-week doctor's appointment. It was 12 weeks to the day, and I was actually measuring 12 weeks 3 days, I think. They put on here 12 weeks 0 days, but I saw on the ultrasound when she was doing it that it was 12 weeks 3 days I was measuring, which I'm happy about. They don't change it unless it's like a week. So if it's like 12 weeks 7 days, or you're measuring 13 weeks, then they change your due date, but doesn't matter. I'm probably going early anyway. They actually don't want me to go over 39 weeks, they said. So we will see how that goes. But yeah, look at this baby. I got such good pictures. Look at that. Oh my god, he's or she's so cute. I don't know what it is. We're not finding out. Look at that little leg. It's focusing on me, isn't it? What do I say? Look at that little leg. And then this is the mush inside. They couldn't really get a good picture of the mushy, like when it looks like a little mush. But oh my god, I love these pictures. They're so good. We're covering its face here with its hands. So cute. So everything went well with that appointment. They measured the back of the neck for, like, they did all the genetic testing, and they measured the back of the neck for Down syndrome. And then they did the blood work for Down syndrome, or trisomy 13 and all the other stuff. Thank God all the blood work came back normal. I was so anticipating that appointment, because to me, like, I knew I was pregnant, and you know, I was happy with how everything was going. I haven't had any bleeding or anything like last time. No cramping, thank God. Like excessive, like I've had cramping as far as like things are moving and stretching, but not like what I had the last time. Thank God. I'm so nervous about that stuff. But yeah, I was anticipating that appointment because I just felt like I couldn't really fully enjoy the pregnancy until I knew that it had all its legs, or had both legs, both arms, hands. You know, the head was growing correctly. The blood work came back normal for all the genetic testing. So now I feel like anything else that comes our way, we'll just have to take, you know, hopefully slowly, and hopefully everything just continues to go perfect. But I'm saying from now on, I feel like it's more focused on the baby just growing, and hopefully all the other things going well. So the plan going forward, they thought I had APLS. If you don't know what that is, look it up, because I didn't know what it was, and I'm not gonna get into it because they don't think I actually have that. They actually just diagnosed my last pregnancy as preterm labor. Like, it's a long story. I was talking to one of the doctors, a specialist, for over probably like an hour after that appointment, because they wanted to go over my history so that we can try to, you know, avoid that happening this time. And he basically said he doesn't think that's what I had. They're treating me for preterm labor. They think I had I had preterm labor last time because I went into full labor and everything was fine with the baby. So this time I'm actually going for ultrasounds every 2 weeks, which some people would be like, oh, that's annoying or whatever. I'm actually thrilled about it, because I rather them check everything and make sure that everything is going well. So when they go and check for those, when I do those ultrasounds, they're checking the cervical length, make sure my cervix isn't shortening, the fluid for the baby, they're gonna check the baby, the placenta, and I think there was one other thing too for that, like for preterm labor. I know the cervix is the main thing, but let's just say they checked me and they see that it's shortening, then I would probably do a cerclage, which is like a stitch. You go, it's surgery. You go under, they do a stitch, and they close your cervix basically until you're closer to being able to deliver, and then they open it. So that way it, you know, the baby can't really come. My battery is full. I'm talking too much clearly. But basically I was explaining the cerclage. It stops you from dilating, I think, or it just stops you from your cervix shortening so that the baby doesn't want to come out. Something like that. I don't know the exact details because hopefully that doesn't happen to me and I don't get there, but I know it's an option. So I actually have another ultrasound in 2 weeks. I have an ultrasound on the 1st of September. So they're gonna start checking me from that day on. And then instead of doing shots for the blood thinner, since they don't think I have APLS, I'm actually just taking baby aspirin, which I'm very happy about because I just take this one little tiny pill every day instead of putting a shot in me every day until, you know, I give birth. So I'm just hoping that everything from now on goes smoothly. I'm very happy with everything and how it's been going. We've told a bunch of people, which I'm very happy about, just like immediate people. I'm still not going to share on social media probably until I give birth, unless I do that thing on Instagram where it's like close friends, and then maybe I'll tell a few people on there. But I'm not doing a post, I'm not announcing, I'm not doing any of that. And that has really helped my anxiety because I feel like, God forbid something were to happen, I don't have to like do this whole thing of like this happened and everybody and their mother needs to know about it. Like I could just keep it to my immediate family and friends and those who, you know right now. Yeah, so everybody pretty much knows in our tight circle, few friends. I can't hide it because it's summer, and let me show you guys my bump. Speaking of, it's popped in the last couple of weeks since I've showed you last. I'm wearing black, so just you know, imagine if I wasn't. But this is the bump right now. I suck in, I let out. 14 weeks today, and this is what I look like when I'm just walking around. So people know because they actually have just literally asked me, like, or not even asked me, they're just like, oh, you're pregnant, congratulations. Or they'll be like, oh, are you pregnant? And like, I'm like, oh my goodness, could you imagine if I wasn't? Now I really feel pregnant. Now I really feel like we're doing this. I'm excited. I just hope that everything, like I keep saying, continues to go smoothly. That was the longest update ever to end this first trimester vlog, but I just had a lot to tell you guys. I'm actually gonna go run some errands and start my second trimester vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching this long first trimester vlog. I hope that you enjoyed, and I'm very excited to continue the rest of my pregnancy. So I'll see you guys in my second trimester.